Metallica. Name of the song is The Day That Never Comes, off their album Death Magnetic. That's right, Death Magnetic, which was released back in 2008. Yes. Of course, I know a lot about Metallica because they are my all-time favorite band. And in fact, I saw them live in concert for the first time earlier this year. It was in February, I believe. February. I don't know why, but I always get confused as to how to pronounce Is it February or February? Because I know a lot of people pronounce it February. They just leave out the first R. But it's supposed to be February, right? That's what I think. February. I don't know. So Vlogmas Day 13, and I wanted to talk about. Really, I just wanted to. I don't want to do, because I don't want to just keep doing a bunch of Postmates stuff over and over. I mean, as far as the vlogs are concerned, but my friend, my best friend Luis, he left a comment on one of my vlogs. I think it was from yesterday, day 12. He left a comment on there, something about can I get a vlog of you in the shower or something. And he's always joking like that. So for those of you who don't know, if you've seen that comment, yeah, that's him. That's Luis. But we've known each other so long. I think I want to say over 17 years now, 18 years. I think about, yeah. So, yeah, we're always joking back and forth, and we pretty much know what each other's limits are. And then sometimes, we try to push the boundaries of our, I guess, joking friendship, and the way in which we joke around with each other back and forth. And there's really only, I don't even really remember me and him ever having a serious argument. I mean, yeah, we've had disagreements, and I would say mild arguments, but nothing really that's, I mean, because for me, it's kind of we're the complete opposite. I'm more of a, just do whatever kind of person, I mean, I like to believe, I consider myself at least kind of a free spirit. I'm into heavy metal music and art and literature and anything creative, really. And my friend Luis, he kind of is into that stuff, but not really. I would say the only reason why, probably the only reason why he is kind of into that stuff is just because I am. But otherwise, he's into, he's in the Army. He's been in the Army for, I don't know how long exactly, but quite a long time. And he's into republicanism. And no, I'm not joking. He identifies as a Republican, or at least, something along those lines. Which, I often wonder about, exactly when it was. Luis, if you're watching this, and you probably will watch this. Yeah, I want to know, at what point did you start identifying as a Republican or, Republican-esque or, and I know, I mean, you've explained to me before, you've given me the usual answers, but I don't want the usual answers about how, you believe everyone should work hard for themselves and all that. And yeah, I get that. I understand that. And I'm sure a lot of other people do. But yeah, I mean, no, I want to know, like, if there's some other kind of, there has to be some deeper meaning behind it or deeper reasoning behind it. I don't know. And of course, if you don't want to answer, then you don't have to answer. But and for anyone else who's watching this too, if you identify as a Republican or something along those lines, and hey, tell me why, or why not. Me personally, I don't ascribe to any political party or ideology. I mean, I believe, as human beings, we should respect one another, care for one another, when we can. Obviously, it's not always something that we can do, unfortunately, but, I mean, yeah, at the very least, we should respect each other, respect all human beings. Even though I know that can be hard to do, especially if someone's being a big asshole. And but hey, no, at the very least, it's like, I mean, because yeah, I've come across plenty of assholes. But honestly, I never wish them any harm. I never wished, that anything bad would happen to them, or never even really thought it, or, well, no, yeah. I mean, yeah, there have been maybe like a rare, like, handful of people that just really rubbed me the wrong way, but I just always do my best to stay away from them and ignore them, and that was pretty much it. Anyways, shifting gears, I don't know. What really grinds my gears is when you go into the bathroom and there's no toilet paper. I mean, what do they expect us to use our hands or what? Yeah. No, but that really does grind my gears when you go into a public restroom. There's no toilet paper. Or even more than that. If you go into a public restroom and you see like all the stalls are taken, and you really gotta go, and you try to hold it in as best you can, and I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but no, because the other day I was remembering one of the first concerts I went to. I say one of the first, not the first, but I mean, my very first concert was a Kiss concert, which oddly enough, Kiss is going to be playing here in El Paso next year in March. But yeah, I remember when I saw them, it was in 2000 or something, and they were all right. They weren't like that great, or I mean, yeah, they had all the pyrotechnic stuff going off, and but I mean, it was my first concert. I didn't really know what to expect, so I went with my dad, and I mean, overall, it was an interesting experience. So, but no, sometime after that, me and my friend Luis, we went to a Godsmack concert. The band Godsmack. They played they played here in El Paso at a place called the Coliseum. and it was general admission, so we got to like get down in the floor area or whatever, and I remember, and there was like, I want to say 5 or 6 opening bands or something. Yeah, I remember the band that played before Godsmack played was the band Stained. Yeah, Stained. Yeah, that was back when Stained's first album had just started to really get them a lot of attention. And it was also back when, yeah, same thing for Godsmack. I want to say, yeah, because they hadn't recorded their second album just yet. So yeah, I want to say I think that was in 99 or 2000. Yeah. But so anyways, like me and Luis, we went and we got down on the floor area. And I just remember it was when Stained played. The very first song they played, it was one of their like heaviest songs. And I mean, this was back when I still considered Stained a heavy metal band, or at least, heavy alternative metal band. And so yeah, as soon as they started playing the song, and everyone down the floor area like started jumping up and down. Of course, I did too, and the next thing I knew, I got pushed forward, because that was when, I don't know if they still have mosh pits nowadays at concerts, but back then they still did, and so a mosh pit had formed, and I got pushed forward, and I remember Luis was somewhere behind me. And I just remember, I don't remember what I said to him. I think I said, like, I'll meet you over here, or I'll meet you off to the side, or something like that. And I think he nodded, if I remember correctly. Or he said something, but I couldn't hear what he was saying. The music was, I mean, come on. It was like the speakers were right there, right in front of us. And like friggin', I want to say the entire PA system in that place had to be like well over, I mean, definitely well over a couple thousand, maybe that, well over 5,000, 10,000, I don't know, 20,000 watts or something. I don't know exactly, but it was loud, so yeah, I couldn't hear him. And after Stained finished, when they finished the first song, I just remember like I was really close to the front of the stage, and I had no idea where Luis was. I had no idea. And so I just stayed up there in the front, and I think I ran into a couple other friends from school, and like we just like a couple times we like just like moshed with each other, and or like a couple other mosh pits formed, and we just like participated somewhat, and yeah. So, and then of course, and Stain finished the last song, and then Godsmack started, I guess, preparing to come out, and I decided to stay because I was in front of the stage, so I didn't want to move because, I wanted to be in the front for when Godsmack played, and finally they came out, and of course, we didn't have any cell phones or anything, and because otherwise, yeah, I would have texted Luis or something, or he would have texted me, and just next thing I knew, Godsmack started playing. I was right there in the front. I was literally just 2 feet at the most. Or less than that, but no more. I was like no more than 2 feet away from the singer, which his name is Sully Erna, by the way. And so, yeah, I stayed there for the rest of the show. And then, of course, once it finished, and I want to say it finished like at midnight or something. And then finally, like, I saw Luis. I think it was outside. He was outside, I think. I don't know. And Luis told me that he walked around for a little while, or like looking for me or something. And I think I remember he told me that he went to, because they had like a nurse's station, or like there was an office there, and they had a nurse there, I guess, in case anybody got hurt. And I guess a couple people did, but not like seriously injured. But at one point, Luis said that he looked in there where the nurse was, and he thought that I might be in there, because I don't know if he saw me. Because there was one time during when Godsmack was playing, and I got knocked down. It was when people were jumping up and down. I fell down, and some guy like extended his hand to me, so I thought he was going to help me get up, and which he kind of did. He helped me get up, but then he actually picked me up. Well, it was him, and I think another guy, I guess his friend. And I don't know how they got the idea for it, or they're just trying to be assholes, or but so they picked me up over their heads and then started passing me along to other people. So I ended up involuntarily crowd surfing, and yeah, I just remember, because it was before I got pushed all the way to the very front. Well, no, I won't. No, because I got knocked back from the front, and I was in the middle, and then because the guys picked me up, and I crowd surfed all the way back to the front, and so I don't know if Luis saw that, because if that's what made him look for me in the nurse area office thing, but yeah, so then he told me that, I don't know, like he said at one point, like he waited somewhere in the back, like back part of the floor area or something. I don't know, it happened so long ago, I don't remember all the exact details, but yeah. Definitely, of course, I think that was Luis's first rock concert, any kind of rock or metal concerts. I don't know, Luis, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're watching this. I think it was his first, definitely first rock concert, I believe. And then, of course, the next day at school, we both had T-shirts that we had purchased at the concert, so we were wearing them. And also too, at that time, I remember a lot of my like heavy metal friends, quote unquote friends, they tried to poke fun at me, or they poked fun at me because I went to the Godsmack concert. Like, I never understood that. Because they didn't consider Godsmack to be like true heavy metal or whatever. And it was, I stopped hanging out with those people, and because they were just always hating, and just because they were, I don't know, bored or whatever. And of course, I remember eventually, me and Luis, we saw Ozzy in concert. And that was also a really good show. We weren't on the floor, though, because it was at a different venue. And actually, it was a concert when, at that particular show, at the end, like when Ozzy finished up his last song, and he did this like jump. I don't know. He got up on some kind of step stool or something, or like towards where the drum set was, and he jumped really high in the air and landed hard on his ankle. I don't know if it was his right ankle or left ankle, or maybe both. And supposedly he's broke his ankle, I think, or sprained it severely, and then I don't know, like eventually it was like a small tear or something. Because I just remember like seeing him, Ozzy jumped high up in the air and landed, and he just kind of like stayed in like a kneeling position on the stage, and like one of his road crew came out and picked him up and then carried him off the stage. But it happened so fast, like I didn't even notice it. I think Luis noticed it first, and then eventually, like I found out about it. I think a couple of days later because they talked about it on the news or something. And, but yeah, that was also an awesome show, and of course that time me and Luis didn't lose each other. It was definitely, good times all around. Of course, when I saw Metallica, unfortunately, he wasn't able to go with me, but I mean, also too, the tickets were very expensive, and so yeah, I just felt like talking about those concert experiences. Well, namely the Godsmack concert experience, and because I think I talked about it on this channel. The neighbors driving by. I think I used to talk about different concert experiences on this channel. I used to have a thing called Music Monday, and I don't know. I stopped doing it because I don't know. I guess I just like usually I would end up rambling on just like now. Like it's like over 20 something minutes, but yeah, or whatever. Just that's it. I guess. Yeah, if you watch this whole thing, and kudos to you. If not, I totally understand. Just so yeah. Oh yeah, and Luis, if you're watching this, you probably are. But I can't do any kind of shower vlog because I'm pretty sure YouTube will take it down, or give me some kind of warning, or I don't know, demerit, or so yeah. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. If you watch this, and as always, next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.